This edition of Football Friday is presented by the West Virginia Lottery. When you play, West Virginia wins.
Hi, everybody, and we welcome you into the Friday Walk-Thru along with Coach Dwight Wallace. I'm Tony Caridi, and so here we go. West Virginia's fifth game of the season, its second Big 12 conference game, and its third quarterback as Clint Trickett will make his maiden voyage as WVU's starter. Dwight, what does Clint Trickett bring to this game?
Well, it's going to be interesting, Tony. I think here's a guy that has started in some real important games when he's at Florida State, so that's not going to be new. This is a stadium that he grew up kind of really feeling like he'd love to play here, so it's got to be an exciting day for him that way. And I think we're going to see a composed guy out there that's really anxious for his opportunity.
You know, you take a look at Oklahoma State, and they will play as fast as West Virginia has seen yet this season. But they'll also throw some option in there. So it's not just the traditional spread. Their quarterback, J.W. Walsh, once again, will run with the football. What's going on with these quarterbacks we're seeing now all of a sudden? We saw Knight at Oklahoma. We saw Brown last week, and now we're going to see another running quarterback.
I think they're recycling football. I'll tell you what, this is throwback. I'm back in the heat of this thing. It's good. But, no, I really think up-tempo, I've talked to a lot of defensive coordinators that say the problem with up-tempo, if you can just get your guys lined up, you have a chance. But to get them back, get them lined up properly, and then think about scouting report. I mean, we know in this formation they have this tendency. With this personnel, they have these tendencies. Do you have time to get lined up, remember the tendencies, and now they're going to throw option at you. So now you've got option responsibility. Do I have quarterback? Do I have pitch? Do I have dive? Where do I fit into this thing? So it's going to be really tough mentally. I think not only physically from the conditioning standpoint, but also mentally from an assignment standpoint.
Staying on the topic of mental, obviously West Virginia gets beat 37-0 last week against Maryland. Mentally, perhaps their biggest challenge is this week, can they get that funk out of their head and just say this is a different game?
Well, it's a challenge, and I think that's where it's a real test for the coaches and it's a test for your senior leadership. And but I'd start out and say, hey guys, how would this season feel if we were to beat Oklahoma State Saturday? That's where I'd begin, and you'd say, golly, that makes it a pretty good year already, Is it worth the effort? Sure, it's worth the effort. Well, then just go out and do it. I know Coach Holgerson says we're so close in a lot of ways. Maybe tomorrow's the day.
All right, we'll find out. Kickoff is set for high noon. Our coverage on MSN Radio begins at 8:30. Along with Coach Dwight Wallace, I'm Tony Caridi. Thanks for being with us on the Friday Walk-Thru.